Take a slow breath. Imagine this. You're sitting there, trying to have a normal conversation, but the person across from you, your partner, your friend, your boss, twists everything back to themselves. They always have to be right. They make you question your own sanity, like you're the one who's overreacting. If that sounds familiar, if you've ever felt that slow, creeping drain on your energy after talking to them, then you already know exactly the type of person I'm talking about. A narcissist. Not the cartoon villain kind. No, these are the subtle ones. The ones who smile while they undermine you. The ones who leave you exhausted, doubting yourself. Tonight, right here in this quiet space, over the next 15 minutes, I'm going to arm you with something powerful. 5 simple words. Actually, 5 short sentences, each just 5 words long. These aren't magic spells, but they might as well be. They feel like kryptonite to a narcissist, pure weakness exposed. Say them once in a calm, steady voice, and you'll watch their carefully crafted mask start to crack right in front of you. Some will go eerily silent, like you've hit a nerve they didn't know was there. Others will explode in rage, trying to pull you back into their chaos. And a few, they'll just disappear, ghost you forever because facing the truth is too much. But one thing's certain, none of them will ever see you the same way again. You'll have shifted the power, quietly, irreversibly. Now stick with me until the very end, because the first word alone, it's ended toxic marriages in a single breath. It shattered fake friendships that were dragging people down for years. And in cutthroat workplaces, it silenced bullies in under 30 seconds flat. But before I hand you these weapons, you need the why. You need to understand the psychology behind them so you can wield them with confidence. Let's dive in. See, narcissists aren't built like the rest of us. Their whole world runs on something psychologists call narcissistic supply. It's a fancy term, but think of it like this. Your reactions are their fuel. Your attention, that's the high-octane gas. Your tears, your frustration, your desperate attempts to make them see your side. That's the oxygen keeping their ego alive. Without it, they suffocate, they panic, they lash out or withdraw, because silence means they're irrelevant, and irrelevance is their deepest fear. Studies from places like the American Psychological Association back this up. Narcissists thrive on emotional chaos because it validates their sense of superiority. But cut off the supply, and their empire crumbles. That's exactly what these 5 sentences do. They don't yell back. They don't get defensive or explain endlessly. They don't feed the fire. No. Instead, they starve it. They remove the oxygen in one clean stroke, forcing the narcissist to stare straight at the void, their own emptiness. It's not about winning an argument. It's about reclaiming your peace. Ready for the first one? Grab a pen. Say it to yourself in the mirror tonight. Here's the first powerhouse. Your opinion is not my reality. Let that sink in. 5 words. Simple, right? But deliver them calm, like you're stating the weather. Slow, with 0 heat in your voice. No raised eyebrows, no sigh. Just facts. Now watch what unfolds. I've witnessed this firsthand, more times than I can count. Picture a guy in his 40s, mid-argument with his know-it-all wife. She's rewriting history, insisting he never said what he clearly did. He pauses, looks her in the eye, and drops. Your opinion is not my reality. Boom. She freezes mid-sentence, mouth half open. The room goes still. Or take my friend Sarah, a sharp, ambitious woman in marketing. Her micromanaging boss was gaslighting the whole team, claiming their ideas were obviously flawed. Next meeting, she hits him with it. "Your opinion is not my reality." He stammers, changes the subject, and never questioned her work again. Why does it hit so hard? Because narcissists believe their worldview is the only one that matters. It's their God complex in action, rooted in fragile self-esteem, as per DSM-5 criteria. You just told them it's optional. Their truth doesn't bind you. And deep down, that feels like annihilation, like the ground vanishing beneath them. For a narcissist, it's not just rejection, it's death. Moving on to number 2, and trust me, this one's even chillier. It cuts deeper because it's pure detachment. I don't need to convince you. Again, 5 words that pack a lifetime of freedom. Imagine the scene. They're in full swing, voices rising, insisting you're wrong, that you're overreacting, that the whole world sides with them. Your family, your friends, everyone's against you according to their narrative. That's classic DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. A tactic straight out of dark psychology playbooks. But you lock eyes, steady, unblinking, and deliver, "I don't need to convince you." In that instant, you've declared war over, not by fighting harder, but by stepping out of the ring entirely. You've announced your independence from their validation. No more begging for approval. No more proving your worth. Their game, it collapses like a house of cards, because without your buy-in, they can't control the story anymore. I remember coaching a young teacher named Mike through this. His narcissistic principal was tearing apart his lesson plans daily, making him justify every slide. Exhausted, Mike tried it. "I don't need to convince you." The principal blinked, muttered something about "fine, proceed," and backed off for the rest of the year. Mike got a promotion 6 months later. The narcissist realized if he can't puppeteer your mind, what's left? Nothing. Echoes of emptiness. All right, the third one. This is where it gets surgical, precise, like a scalpel slipping between ribs. Okay, you're right. Now what? Hear the genius in its simplicity? You're handing them the victory they're starving for, but then yanking the carpet out from under their feet. It's a trap wrapped in a gift. Narcissists don't crave resolution. They feed on the conflict itself. The endless loop of proving superiority. The drama that keeps them center stage. Psychologists call this narcissistic rage cycles, where winning isn't the point, the fight is. So when you say, "Okay, you're right," their brain lights up, supply incoming. But now what? That flips the script. It demands action, exposes the bluff. There's no substance behind the bluster, just hot air. I've seen this play out in real time at family gatherings gone wrong. My cousin Lisa, dealing with her overbearing uncle who always knew best about her career. He'd rant for 20 minutes. "You're throwing your life away in that job." She smiled faintly and said, "Okay, you're right. Now what?" He paused, frowned, then stuttered. "Well, think about it?" The whole table went quiet as he trailed off and changed the subject to the weather. Under 5 seconds, he was done. Walked away mumbling, mask shattered. Or in therapy sessions I've overheard, couples where the husband dominates every discussion. Wife drops the line, and suddenly he's the one grasping for words. It works because it mirrors their emptiness back at them. No fight, no supply, just the awkward silence of irrelevance. Number 4, This is the sleeper hit. The one that doesn't just sting, it lingers. Weeks, months even. I'm no longer explaining myself to you. Feel the finality in those words? It's a boundary drawn in steel. You're announcing the end of the justification era, the endless cycle where you defend your choices, your feelings, your very existence to someone who never listens anyway. No more proving you're good enough. No more walking on eggshells. This one's rooted in attachment theory. Narcissists often come from backgrounds where control was survival, so they project that onto you. But you're breaking the chain. Let me paint a picture. One woman I know, let's call her Emma, had a mother who interrogated every decision. Why that dress? Why that friend? Why aren't you more like me? It was emotional warfare, daily. Emma finally snapped. Not in anger, but in exhaustion. On speakerphone, mid-rant, I'm no longer explaining myself to you. Click, the line went dead. Mom hung up, stunned. And then, radio silence. 8 full months, no calls, no texts, no guilt trips. Emma slept better, laughed more, even started dating again. 8 months of pure, unfiltered peace. All from 5 words. That's the power. It forces them to confront the loss of control. And without your explanations as their plaything, they're adrift. Finally, the 5th one, the closer, the checkmate that seals it all. This isn't just a sentence, it's a manifesto. I choose peace over being right. Pause and let that resonate. You're not just rejecting their game, you're elevating above it, telling them in no uncertain terms that you'd rather choose your serenity than fuel their ego for one more fleeting second. It's the ultimate power move, rooted in Stoic philosophy, echoed by thinkers like Epictetus. What others think of you is none of your business. But for a narcissist, it's devastating because it highlights their addiction to rightness as the hollow chase it is. I saw this transform a business nightmare once. A guy named Tom, co-founder of a tech startup, partnered with a classic narcissist. Brilliant ideas, zero empathy. Endless meetings devolved into shouting matches over whose vision wins. Tom was burning out, losing sleep. One board call, as the partner erupts, "Your strategy will tank us." Tom leans in. "I choose peace over being right." The line goes electric. Partner screams, guilt trips. "After all I've done," tries every manipulation in the book. But Tom holds firm, finally defeated. "Fine, leave then." Tom did. Walked with his half of the equity. 6 months later, his new venture triples revenue. Peace didn't just heal him, it paid dividends, better than any argument ever could. So there you have it, step by step. 5 sentences, 25 words in total. No raised voices needed, no dramatic showdowns. Just the quiet strength of someone who's done playing small. Unshakable power, wrapped in simplicity. But listen close. Here's the real talk, the warning you can't ignore. Once you unleash these, there's no rewind button. Some bridges burn the same afternoon. A friendship fades overnight. That family tie snaps like brittle bone. And yeah, some people will vanish from your life without a trace. They'll punish you for daring to set a boundary. But here's the truth that sets you free. If they do, they were never truly safe. Never built for your growth. You deserve connections that lift, not leash. If you're curled up at 2 a.m. right now, phone glowing in the dark, tears stinging because this hits too close, this is your wake-up call, your permission slip. Save this right now. Whisper these lines to the mirror tomorrow morning. Practice until they feel like your own skin. Because the second you stop justifying yourself to controllers, To energy vampires who only take, that's when your real life begins. Lighter, bolder, yours. One last thing, drop a 5 in the comments below if you're gearing up to try these tomorrow. Let's build a community of quiet warriors. I'll be reading everyone. Thanks for staying till the end. You're stronger than you know. I'll catch you in the next deep dive. Stay dangerous out there.